happy with Tua because he's been having such a good camp, just in his development and ownership of the offense, and I was very hopeful that he would be the same guy on game day. It was my first opportunity with him, and he executed the really everything that we asked him to do. He was his ownership of the offense, his command of the players was real good. He distributed the ball well. There's a couple times that he got to 3 in his progression, and he adjusted with the defense. They kind of came out and weren't matching personnel, and that wasn't something that in the preseason you necessarily expect nor prepare for. Didn't bother him in the slightest. So I was happy with his performance, and it was something to build upon moving forward that the team really was pumped to see.
Now, while Tua did play some of the key offensive starters, Teron Armstead, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill did. Obviously, Teron and Jalen have been kind of sidelined a bit. But I mean, I guess at this point in the preseason, do you expect them to play at all in the finale? And I guess just what is your level of concern with not having all those guys and kind of the preseason setting?
No, it's the same thing that it's the imperfect situation that is the preseason for the game of football. You're trying to balance getting guys prepared and not putting them at risk in an exhibition. So with each player, it's kind of case by case. I hadn't planned on I didn't really know what I was going to do with Tua, and I hadn't planned on making a decision until the last second. He kind of helped me with that. But you have to assess each and every player for where they're at in the offense, within and really in the defense. You really have to just assess everyone where they're at and how much they need that preseason so they can feel 100% full go against the Patriots. And I think I'll continue to do that through the Philly week and for the Philly game.
Mike, what are you seeing from Skyler now compared to when he first got here during the rookie camp?
Man, he just gets better every day. That's I think he this game the operation was better. There was one time that he kind of lost the play clock a little bit, and we had to burn timeout. But more than anything, he really had command over everything, and he's starting to make plays that, when one or two aren't there, feeling the concept, and like that touchdown they threw to Z White in the on the left-hand side. That's something that Skyler doesn't make, at the beginning of preseason. So I've seen continued improvement, but he's very diligent about the process. He's got the makeup of what it takes to be an NFL quarterback. So I think all of his teammates can feel that too.
It was a cool video that they showed on CBS where Tua was, I don't know if you noticed, he was out on the field by himself at 2:30 in the afternoon, kind of visualizing things. He had a play sheet. He was going through what he was going to do before the snap, during the snap, after everything. What do you think that says about where he is relative to his, knowledge of the offense and his desire to gain full command?
Man, that says everything. That's why his teammates are confident in him. That's why I'm confident in him, and that's why his coaching staff is, because that is something that he has done on his own with guidance from his quarterback coach, Coach Bevel. But you can feel that every day that he is. Coach Bevel has explained to him all sorts of stories of the players he's worked with coming in here this year. That wasn't something that I had heard that wasn't really his MO. Just to go ahead and go outside the framework of whatever the schedule is and really invest all in on your craft. He is doing that every single day, and it really shows in his play. That is not, that doesn't surprise me. I hadn't heard that, but he's really been doing that every single day at the beginning of the day before he gets the script, and that's why he's owning the offense and leading us well. So that we'll be in a good position to be what his teammates really need him to be week one.
Mike, what do you make of the 4 yards rushing attack, if anything?
That's not very much, and yeah, it's a fine line. I'm not overreacting to it in terms. I'm not really one that is just black and white. All right, so you have a bunch of yards and you can run the ball, and you don't have any and you can't. There's really rushing yards. If you have one explosive, it can be super misleading. What I do know is that the last two opponents, this one a little bit more so than the other one, our players were caught off guard with something they hadn't seen on tape really. And in the NFL, you have to be able to do that. So I'm happy that there's no false sense of comfort level, really. It does raise the urgency for the offensive line, tight ends, and receivers blocking. But at the same time, I'm not panicked because, I would be more panicked if they were entering into something that we had totally prepared them for, and we still weren't able to displace people on the line of scrimmage and do things of that nature. So it's cause for your attention, but at the same time, there's no panic button. It's really, okay, can we learn from this? Now the same thing happens next week. That will be more concerning for me. But I think the guys have a lot of pride, and we emphasize the run game a lot. So we obviously want more production than that, and that's what we expect from ourselves moving forward.
Mike, injury-wise, what happened during the first half with Nick, Keon, and I think even Mackenzie left for the medical tent at some point as well?
Yeah, there was some dings. We had some hand injuries. There's nothing fatal, but in terms of long-term issues. There was one occasion we had someone go back into the game. We had someone leave and stay out. I'll have more information tomorrow with all that, but they're in constant communication. There's nothing that we're overly concerned for in the long haul, which is a good thing for the Miami Dolphins.
What does Gesicki need to do to make sure that he can have as positive an impact on the team, the offense, during the entire season?
No, he was in a position to have a pretty good game, you can ask him. He was frustrated because he had a couple options. We rely on him, and we went to him, and he had a couple pretty good ops that he wasn't able to come up with the play. So that was, he needs to continue to do what he's doing, which is completely committing in the run and pass game to the offense. And he's a couple plays on the ball away from having a really good game that he feels really good about. He knows that. I know that. It's one of the reasons why he was he stayed in the game, was because he was frustrated, and as a competitor, he knew he could make the plays that he didn't. So it's nothing. It's nothing out of the ordinary or nothing far from exactly what he's been doing. He just needs to continue to be diligent and not get frustrated when the ball doesn't bounce his way, or they get paid too. They hit him. He doesn't make a play on the ball. We all appreciate the fact that he's a competitor, and he's not satisfied with touching the ball and not coming down with it. But as long as he approaches it, like the player that he is, where he's very accountable, we'll be fine. He'll be fine, and we'll all be better for it.
Kind of question. How would you evaluate the offensive line's performance? What did you like or not like about it?
I thought that it was pretty solid in terms of they went out and they were trying to attack the defense as best they could. Again, there was just some stuff that really we didn't adjust to as well as I would have liked. At the same time, it's not all on them really. There was some things that I did expect them to get, some things I'm not surprised that they didn't get. I'm not terribly the game was kind of taken out of their hands a little bit at the beginning with some of the stuff they were doing. We kind of had to transfer and do some drop back stuff, and I thought they protected the quarterback well enough where it was never a situation where they had to get rid of the ball too early. The tight ends got beat on a horrendous play call with Teddy in, but outside of that, I think it was a pretty safe, well-protected game from them. We just need to go look at the tape and understand, okay, well, when teams are pressuring us in the run game and their feet are like this, we need to adjust like this, and that's why it's a process really for all the run game stuff and protection. I was pretty happy with. So we'll just keep working next week and see how good we can get for game one. Thank you.
All right, what's up, guys?
So I know we spoke to you a couple days ago. You said that you wanted to get out there. Now that you did get a couple series in, how did you feel, and how did you feel about the way the offense operated in those 2 months?
Felt good. I enjoyed being out there with the guys. I enjoyed the atmosphere that was out there tonight with the fans. I know as an offense, you always want to go down and accomplish every drive ending in a score. Obviously, that wasn't the case within, the 2 drives that we had. We had a field goal, but, our job as an offense is to go down and try to put points up on the board. And, I felt there were some things that we needed to clean up on, pre-snap operations, and then, also just everyone playing together, us all knowing our assignments and knowing what to do. But, I think for the most part, extremely proud of the way, the second string guys came in, the third string guys came in, stepped up, and, a lot of the younger guys played extremely well in this game. And, that's not to take away, the fact that they did really good for us in this preseason game. So, we didn't accomplish what we wanted to, but, that doesn't outshine, what a lot of the younger guys were able to do towards the ending for us.
Was it important to you to get these preseason snaps in?
Yeah, I'm hoping I get to play in the Eagles game as well. As a competitor, that's, I think anyone in the locker room wants to do that. I know Tyreek wanted to go out there, X wanted to go out there, and I also know Melvin Ingram wanted to go out there, but Coach had to shut those guys down. But that's kind of the locker room that we have. Guys wanting to be out there, but Coach is protecting them from themselves. So I wanted to play more snaps in this game, but Mike said that was it.
So how did it feel playing back in front of your home crowd?
It was good. For a preseason game, it got pretty loud. When there were situational deals going on, when it was third down or when we needed to convert on a third down, we could really hear them. But for the most part, I think it was pretty cool. And these guys are just excited to see the nuances to the team, a lot of the new faces, and they want to see what Mike has done to our team. There's a lot of hype going around our team because of what Mike has done, for this organization, with how he is as a person, and then obviously all the comments with our other players. But it was really cool.
Tua, they showed on CBS how many hours before the game you were kind of out there by yourself, going through some things. Can you kind of help us understand what you were trying to accomplish and what that exercise was like for you?
Yeah, well, for me, I'm just trying to picture the operation of how, I want the offense to operate. So I'm looking at the play call, saying the play call out, getting the motions. If a certain person is not where they're supposed to be defensively, then that's a opportunity to exert all the adjectives as far as getting us into the right play. And so for me, that's what my practice is every time that I go out there is, okay, if we run this play, what could stop that play? If we run this play, what can stop that play? And then going through my entire progression, if it's a pass play, if it's a play action play, if it's a run play, understanding I have to carry out my fakes, just all the little details, I would say. That's what I try to do.
How impressed were you with Skylar Thompson, just his development over camp and what he's been able to do in these 2 games?
I've been extremely impressed with Skylar. Skylar handled the Tampa game extremely well, and then now he comes in a little later into the third quarter, gets his group going, has, I don't even know how many plays he had. He probably had like a 10-play drive leading up to the score that we had, our first, score that we had here at Hard Rock for this 2022 season. But I think he's handled it extremely well. He gave us an opportunity to kick a field goal, to win the game. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, but, I think he's done an extremely great job for us.
We had a chance to talk with Mike Gesicki in the locker room, and he acknowledged that it's kind of a tough transition from last year's offense to this year. As a leader in this team, do you get this year a little bit to help keep this out?
Yeah, and I think for Mike, Mike knows his abilities, and Mike isn't one to kind of, just kind of ponder on it, and just, think on it. Obviously, Mike's a competitor. Mike came to me into the locker room and was kind of telling me what I seen, and obviously the pass that happened. He was kind of telling me what he was going through with their press man. They kind of had man lurk with the backside safety dropping into pretty much rob whoever the third guy is. But I think for the most part, you know, Mike did a great job. Just, you know, we're going to be able to put it all together, and I know Mike knows that.
Skyler said that on the last 2-minute drive, he's talking to Mike on the sideline, he threw a joke in there. So like, is that is that his understanding of like lighting the moments, or is that his style?
For Skyler?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's pretty cool. I never thought, wow. Oh, I guess Skyler's getting comfortable, huh? You know, I never knew Skyler to be, you know. Oh, Mike threw it. Oh, okay. Yes. Then yes. That is much more believable than Skyler telling Mike's, you know, a joke. Much more believable. You know, Skyler's more like ask a question. You know, like I'm gonna ask you a question. Like, please, like, what is information that I can use when I go out there? Like, hey, did they do this? Did they do that? You know, and he just wants to learn. So, with you saying he was joking, I thought you said he was joking, but.
How unique is that for a coach, a head coach, to understand that moment though for that guy, lighting the mood like that? Is that Mike?
That is Mike. Yeah, I would say that's Mike. And we're talking about McDaniels, right? Yeah, that's definitely Mike. Go ahead.
Was tonight's, it was 2 series, but sort of a benchmark in the progression until week 1, like something you had to check the box getting out there on the field?
I would not necessarily. You know, obviously we want to be able to simulate, you know, game-like practices, but you know, nothing simulates the actual thing. So just me being able to go out there with the first string O-line, you know, we all need that. As you can see, we're a little rusty when we went out there, but you know, it's nothing that a little film can't help. But I think it's going to be good, and you know, I hope we get another opportunity to go out and play a couple series next week too.
What's your thoughts on the run game tonight? Not a lot of yards rushing in the first.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd say for us offensively, you know, and I'm sure this is how it is around the league, but we don't have, you know, we have basic run calls being called out there, basic play pass calls, basic, you know, passing game calls. It's not necessarily a game plan for us out there. So I don't look at our run game, you know, tonight as something to be discouraged about. You know, it is what it is. You know, we only had what calls we had, and you know, that's what that was. So, all right, thanks, guys.
What was it like to, you know, suit up for the Dolphins and play your first game at Hard Rock Stadium?
Everything I ever dreamed of. You know, you work your whole life for this moment. And, you know, I feel like, you know, I went out there and put my best foot forward. For sure.
You and Skylar were able to connect a couple times throughout the game. I guess even on one of the catches where you kind of adjusted and kind of reacted to the underthrow. I mean, how much of it does it just feel like you're kind of back at practice with, you know, getting those reps in when you're out there in the game?
You know, ever since rookie minicamp coming in, you know, I felt like there was just a connection there. I don't know if it's Big 12 connection or anything like that, but just me and Tyler, it's just natural. I feel like when I'm out there and, you know, we're able to communicate and talk through things. And when the ball's in the air, you know, I just go up there and make plays.
What was the key to the 34-yard completion? I think it was on the right side. What happened on that play? You know, what was kind of key to making that
On the contested catch.
Yeah, what was the 34? Was there a 34 yard?
Okay. Yeah. You know, called the play and you know, made a release on the guy. Skylar told me, you know, the ball was a little. I mean, he got hit on the play, and the ball was a little short, and I was able to, you know, adjust accordingly while the guy was, you know, face guarding me and made a play on the ball.
I know you said it was like a dream come true to be out there for the Dolphins. When you're making those big plays like that, a contested catch, another, you know, almost catch in the end zone. I mean, it's got to feel good. What's that like mentally for you?
You know, you go every day at practice and you practice hard so the game is easy. And I feel like, you know, going out there in Hard Rock in front of the fans for the first time, I just wanted to, you know, make a statement, you know, that, you know, you didn't make a bad draft choice, you know, picking me, you know, and hopefully I'm able to keep proving that every game, every day.
Braylon Sanders was able to, you know, get some catches too. What has it been like? We're kind of working with another rookie in that receiver room. Obviously, there's a lot of big names, a lot of talent. But working with Braylon, kind of coming in the same draft class. What has that been like?
You know, me and Braylon, we're the young guys of the group. You know, we take a lot of the, you know, the criticism and the coaching, the hard coaching, and we take it with a grain of salt, and we just go out there and work. And, you know, Braylon got to go out there early on, and, you know, I watched him, and he was making plays, and I knew, you know, I had to go in there and make plays too. And every time he came off, you know, it was to uplift each other and keep pushing each other so we can keep going and making plays.
What's something Coach Wes Welker has told you since you've reported to South Florida here that has really kind of resonated with you, kind of really helped you?
You know, Coach preaches that you've never arrived. You know, you always got to go to work every day. You know, there's, you know, in the middle of the game, actually, you know, I was kind of messing up a little bit early on, and he told us, you know, you're here to take a grown man's job, and that really resonated with me. And, you know, I went back out there, you know, and just did everything I could to make plays when the ball came my way.
I didn't realize until I looked on the Bleacher Report app here. I haven't worked the Bleacher Report. It's just a handy app. You had 100 yards. Do you remember the last time you had 100 in a game?
College ball, I think it was against Oklahoma, for sure. But no, I didn't know I had 100 yards in the game. I was just out there playing, for sure.
Couple more guys.
Eric, before that, I think Skylar threw you on 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13 there, I think, in the last series. Did he tell you in the huddle specifically, like, just go get open and I'm going to you? Is there that trust between the two of you already?
Something like that. You know, Coach schemes up plays for guys to get open, and, you know, I feel like Skylar knew who he wanted to go to, and, you know, he kind of told me, like, hey, look, you know, do this and do that, and I just listened, and the ball was in the air coming towards me, and I just wanted to go up and make a play.
What's it like getting introduced by your quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, like that before you went on the floor?
Yeah, Tua is always like that every day. We're actually locker buddies, basically 3 lockers away from each other. So every day we see each other, saying what's up. He's always, you know, smiling, happy, you know, saying what's up. And, you know, I love the guy.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you. Appreciate you.